In 1995, this mall made over $400 million a year. On weekends, you couldn't find parking. Teenagers filled the food court. Families lined up outside department stores. Holiday lights covered every entrance. It was loud. It was alive. It was the center of the community. Today, the escalators don't move. The fountains are dry. The stores are sealed behind metal gates. And the only sound left inside is air moving through empty corridors. What happened? How does a place that once defined suburban America die almost overnight? This is the story of the American shopping mall and why so many of them never recovered. To understand the fall, we need to understand the rise. The American mall wasn't just a building. It was an idea. After World War II, suburbs exploded across the United States. Families left crowded cities. They wanted space, safety, convenience. Developers saw an opportunity. Why not create one central place where people could shop, eat, socialize, and spend entire afternoons? By the 1980s and 1990s, malls weren't just popular, they were unstoppable. At their peak, there were over 2,500 enclosed malls across America, anchored by giants like Sears, JCPenney, Macy's, and Dillard's. These massive department stores acted like engines. If the anchors were strong, the smaller stores survived. And for decades, this system worked perfectly. For an entire generation, the mall wasn't just about shopping. It was about identity. Teenagers had their first jobs there, first dates, first taste of independence. Parents trusted it. It was climate-controlled, safe, predictable. Every holiday season, sales increased. Developers kept building larger malls. More parking, more glass ceilings, more food courts. But behind the polished floors, something had already started changing. And almost nobody noticed. The first crack didn't look dangerous. It looked convenient. In 1994, a small online bookstore was launched. Within 2 decades, it would become the most disruptive force in retail history. Amazon changed consumer behavior slowly. At first, people ordered books, then electronics, then clothes, then everything. At the same time, big box stores like Walmart and Target undercut mall pricing. Consumers began asking a simple question. Why drive 20 minutes, walk through crowds, and pay more when you can click once and wait 2 days? Traffic dropped. Then came 2008. The financial crisis crushed consumer spending. Department stores, the anchors, were already struggling. Now they were bleeding. When an anchor store closes, it doesn't just leave empty space. It removes the magnet. Foot traffic collapses. Smaller stores lose sales. Leases aren't renewed. And slowly, the lights begin to turn off. Sears was once America's retail king. At its height, it was the largest retailer in the country. But years of mismanagement, failure to modernize, and massive debt destroyed it. Thousands of stores closed. JCPenney followed. When anchor stores collapsed, malls across America entered a death spiral. A mall designed for 120 stores cannot survive with 40. Maintenance costs remain. Security remains. Electricity remains. But revenue disappears. Some malls tried reinvention. They added movie theaters, gyms, arcades, medical offices. Some succeeded. Many didn't. And then came the final blow. In 2020, the world stopped. Lockdowns forced malls to close entirely. For months, no foot traffic, no impulse buying, no holiday rush. Online shopping surged faster than ever before. Consumers adapted permanently. Even when malls reopened, behavior had changed. People preferred convenience. Many struggling malls never reopened at full capacity. Some are auctioned, others abandoned, and a strange new category emerged. Dead malls. A dead mall isn't dramatic. It's quiet. Half the stores are dark. Escalators are shut down. Food courts have 2 open vendors. You might see a handful of elderly walkers doing laps for exercise. Sometimes churches rent former retail spaces. Sometimes call centers move in. Sometimes nothing moves in at all. Eventually, the building becomes too expensive to maintain. Roofs leak. Air conditioning fails. Security leaves. And then the doors lock. For good. The death of malls feels different from other business failures. Because malls weren't just stores. They were shared memory spaces. Entire childhoods happened there. The arcade, the photo booth, the Christmas photos with Santa. When a mall dies, it feels like part of a community's timeline disappears. It represents more than economic change. It represents cultural change. Malls didn't disappear completely. They evolved. Some became lifestyle centers, outdoor, walkable retail districts. Others were demolished and replaced with apartments, warehouses, data centers, fulfillment hubs. Ironically, many former malls are now used to ship the very online orders that helped destroy them. The physical space remains, but the purpose has changed. Was the mall's death sudden, or was it slow and predictable? Technology changed behavior. Debt weakened corporations. Convenience reshaped expectations. The mall didn't die overnight. It faded quietly until one day we noticed it was gone. And maybe the real question isn't why malls died, but what today's booming industries might look like in 20 years. Because every golden age eventually ends. And somewhere in America tonight, another set of escalators just stopped moving. For the last time.